Hi guys, and welcome back to Tekkify. Today we're going to go back over the buildings I was doing. Now, last video I was starting to build a kind of mansion-y type thing, and that was pretty awesome, but I ended up thinking that that it wasn't quite right, so I wanted to plan everything from the beginning again, and I got a bit too into it and I started just continuing building off camera, so just head up there now. Just turn around. I found a fountain off YouTube because I just couldn't be bothered to build my own fountain, and I built this from scratch. No YouTube video or anything. And I've planned out whole sections of where things are going to go. Before you ask, not all of these are going to be buildings, and some of these seem just like random squares. This is just to fill a space. But this is all planned out. This is going to be a factory building, so machines and shit are going to be in here. There will be multiple floors. I'm also going to have a laser drill set up, which is something I want to show you guys, either this episode or in maybe an episode's time. Set up a piston door. Quite simple design, literally just button activated, button disables redstone torch stops powering pistons, pistons open. And it reverses. No need for any kind of longer delay, really. Even on when the server's TPS is low, piston door still is really quite good. Anyway, in other news, I'm also going to build a power plant, so all kinds of power systems will be housed in here, regardless of whether or not requirements of the power system, be they renewable or not, should need to be here. So this section here, I'm going to have a big reactor. And I'm going to show you kind of how to cool that and things like that, and hopefully when the update comes around I'll also have a turbine housed above it, because this is going to be a cooling tower. And I'm also going to have a variety of other energy systems here that I can show you. I'm also going to bring back up my old lava system. Obviously the system needs to be tweaked ever so slightly, since the fact that thermal expansion has changed, so I will be going back over my pseudo-infinite energy system. I know the first video is labelled infinite energy. It technically isn't, because you have to mine the netherrack, but once you got one of these power fists, just mining them is just so easy, and lava is so substantial in power. Even at the fastest, the power fist still doesn't use more power than the lava can provide as excess. So that still works. At least I think so anyway. If it doesn't work, I'll have to research it and figure out new things for you, especially lava systems, but even then, lava's still pretty awesome. On other news, I'm going to have just a general living house, so I'm going to have storage and books here, and there's going to be a tower for something. This is planned to be a farm of various kinds, so that what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a load of MFR farms, show you the varieties of things that can be done with them, including fertilization processes, which I'm going to have an automatic fertilizer factory. I was going to say scrap, but we don't have IC2, because I forgot about that. So I'm going to have lovely farms here, all along here, of various types, so that I can show you one of the most ultimate forms of renewable energy possible, which is also going to be housed over in the power plant. I'll get onto that in a bit, and this area is just going to be a garden. These squares in front of the mansion, this house mansion thing here, they're just going to be gardens, just to kind of fill up the space, broaden it out, and make sure that the place isn't just bland and dull like it seems at the moment. Like if I zoom out, take the whole picture of everything, you know, not only does everything deload, because it's stupid, but hang on, let's go to about the center. So if I just head up a bit, so that's the area as a whole. Obviously you can see it on the map. Hang on, there you go. It's a good way of representing it, actually. So yeah, that is the plan, so that I am setting this all up so that I can show you guys what is what, including things to do with modular power suits as well. I'll probably build a whole new suit on from scratch as well, and probably donate it to someone. Whoever the lucky bugger is. We'll see about that later, it depends, because I need the resources to begin with. I'm also going to go over explanations of how these big reactors work better as well, ME drives. Basically, I'm just going to go on a super extended tutorial of what you can do in Tekkify. Squid systems and the basis behind how they work, and how you can improve them drastically and make them not even squid, just biofuel. how kind of these systems work, how Ender IO conduits are the most awesome thing in the universe, and I'm still not using them here because they're not crazy expensive, but still, it's they're still worth it, but it takes a while. But in the meantime, I'm also going to be building things. I'm going to try and get buildings built off camera and stuff set up so that when the building is finished, I can show you what you do with what to do or what systems I'm going to put in them once they're finished before moving on to the next building. For instance, I am going to start in here. I'm going to finish off this building off camera. Still got some windows to install, things to kind of iron out, as details on the internals, a tower on the surface to build, as well as a small kind of storage section on top of here for various things, as well as the fact that for the laser drill, this is a display area I've set up for it because this is the first thing I kind of want to point people towards. This is a good end game goal for a Tekkify, is the laser drill from Mine Factory Reloaded. If you want to go and Google it, that's fine, by all means. I'm sure there are more comprehensive tutorials on it, but this will be the aim of my subject today. For any laser drill operation, though, you need two major things before you can even start the laser drill. You need a hole, which goes from where you are all the way to bedrock, or the void, if you technically don't have bedrock or something, for whatever reason. But it has to hit bedrock. There has to be nothing between the surface of where the laser drill is going to be and bedrock. Second thing, you need a butt ton of power, and when I say a butt ton, I mean insane amounts. Hang on. Let's get rid of this. When you put the laser drill over the hole, however you want. I'm going to have it suspended in midair so it's more easily seen. And you have laser pre-charges going into it, and it generates ores for you by mining down to the core. That's great, but it, you'd think it would be a really, really bad system, but actually it's hard to generate the amount of power it requires to generate the ores. So unless you have some awesome systems already set up, it's not overpowered per se. Obviously, once you have some ridiculous levels of energy systems, you kind of it does get easier, but at the same time they have their own limitations, so producing ores still can't be done crazy fast. So you'll need entire farms of the stuff, which will still require butt tons of power, and producing the necessary renewable energy systems for them is actually really, really hard. Producing full-blown renewable systems for these things nowadays is a lot more balanced than it was before. They don't provide anywhere near the excess energy they did, so trying to get a huge one set up requires so many resources to begin with that by the time you're done getting them all together and getting the laser system built and you've got all this, you feel like you've had a good run in the game. So even if it does eventually die out for you, you have played for quite some time. Obviously, if you play with people and you all go mining like crazy, you will get there a lot faster and it possibly won't feel as substantial. But if you're on your own, it's quite a noble goal. Anyway, I don't think I have any of the parts here, so I'm going to have to go to my clan base. Now, I'm going to cut this part out of the video because I don't want to show you guys where I'm going or how I get in. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm now at my clan base. Ignore the pouring lava. This is the very basement of our place. If you've ever had the privilege of seeing this, you'll understand that this was thrown up very quickly and for a very important purpose, but that won't be fulfilled for quite some time, so I'll explain later. This is our laser drill setup. We're quite close to bedrock, so the hole that leads down from it is quite low, and we have a deactivated tesseract here, so it's, at the moment, it's not... I keep clicking the wrong tab. At the moment, it's not sending through any power at all, and you know, as you can see, this generates ores. Now, the setup here is you've got the laser drill itself, which has a certain amount of work done. Once work gets to the top, it generates a new ore, and work can only get to the top by energy consumption. The energy can only be put in; it cannot be put in directly. It can only be put in by these laser drill pre-charges. You can put energy directly into them through whatever means. This is Ender IO energy conduit for it. It's more preferable because it can carry more energy. It will then send over the energy to the laser drill. You can have up to 4 of them, but you can probably power these things on full power with just 2. So laser drill pre-charges, just having 1 is enough, depending upon your systems. These laser drill focuses allow the change the probability, the percentage chances of getting certain types of ores, we've shoved in nothing but light blues so that we get a more chance of getting diamond ore. As you can see, 4 of them compared to... Overall, there's quite a lot of ores here, but, 4 compared to the next highest, which is 2 as an individual stack. That's pretty awesome. Actually, thinking of which, is that Firestone ore? No, there is no Firestone ore. Good. Firestone ores are, I think, are banned? I don't know. Anyway, so the laser drill precharges, the setup is quite simple. You need this 1 block gap between the drill and the precharges. You need the hole between the drill and the bedrock. You need some form of energy, and I've gone for a chest. I think you can get stuff out of it directly, but I like to just have a chest so I can disable item ducts if I want to. Say, for instance, we have a non-renewable power system, and we want to monitor what goes in and out, for instance. I just like to have a chest that I can take stuff out of easily. Plus, this automatically just dispenses into the nearest inventory. So, ME buses, item ducts, item conduits, all works, I think. So, I'm just going to steal this as an example. Actually, I don't even need to move it, really. What I can... I could show you it in action, really. All I have to do is just change the setting, which starts sucking up energy from above. These precharges end up soaking up vast amounts of power, and this laser drill starts working. As you'll notice, there's now 2 glowstone in there. We'll just wait a second. Come on. Should end up with another ore in there. Either it's going to appear here, or one of these is going to tick up one. Come on. Still waiting. Okay, this is annoying. Wait, there we go. 5 diamond ores. There you go. So this thing does just tick up. It doesn't tick up at massive speeds. Of course, with these energy conduits filling up these things with nothing but vast amounts of power, this laser drill is working at maximum speed. This is not something you should expect regularly. Our energy system has a humongous buffer, but that thing is being drained at very, very fast right now. So, getting a buffer is good for if you want to produce a few ores in a short space of time, but if you have a renewable energy system, just hook it straight in, leave it to trickle away, and the system will just keep working. It's really excellent, and it's extremely power hungry, so unlike things I've shown you before with IC2 scrap systems, this is actually really balanced. Sorry, I needed a drink. So this is effectively what I would call an infinity machine, but this is not cheap or easy to build, and I would not try to do not build these machines lightly. Never build these machines lightly. Of course, I've tried to be kind of aesthetic with how I've built it, building Tesseract up there, linking it to all machines, making it look kind of just cool in general, but how you build it is entirely up to you. One word of warning, maybe I should have mentioned this earlier, but as long as you watch to this point, you'll be fine. One word of warning, these lasers, between the precharges and the laser drills, and the laser drill itself that descends down, will kill you. Not instantly. If you're wearing nothing, I think it kills you basically instantly. I'm wearing full armor on all my modules. I am beefed up to the maximum. A nuke can't harm me. That these lasers will destroy me in seconds. That's how deadly these things are. I don't know if they just ignore the energy shield values and they just directly damage your health regardless, but these things are pretty powerful and annoying, and even when the system's off, not running, it just doesn't work. So I'm going to turn this off now so it doesn't drain the system more. Hi. There we go. So that's on 217 work, and we got another redstone ore, another diamond ore, and a couple of copper ore. Always nice. Obviously, being as I had to shut that off quite quickly, you can see that even with our huge buffer, things were starting to drop down, and it wasn't great. Wasn't ideal. And as you'll also note, 2 of these things will have a little residue energy in them. Residual. But yeah. That hopefully for you is a pretty good explanation. If any of you have any questions or kind of concerns about the system, anything, queries, anything going wrong, it's not being set up right, I will make a more extensive tutorial on how to create it from scratch and actually show it to you if needed. If not, I'm sure other people have done it. as well. Of course, I kind of want people to see on my channel, why wouldn't I? But at the same time, what's the point of denying you the possibility of finding these things elsewhere when other people have probably explained it far better than I have? So, have fun trying to figure out these systems. This is a worthy goal for you, for an end product, so that you can have effectively infinite reign over the economy or whatever you want. But go nuts, enjoy it thoroughly, and I hope you guys have fun. And I will see you next time with some more interesting machines, explanations, and hopefully some cool other endgame stuff that will come soon. Until then, see you next time. Bye bye.